Good morning, students. I am back again. You know me, I am Hardik and I am teaching science in the boys section. We have already started chapter number 1, that is nutrition in plants. The first two videos which I have uploaded on Monday and Tuesday, those two videos were repeated videos. We have learned those things in the first phase of the online classes. But for the revision point of view, I have uploaded those two videos again. Unit test syllabus for science is chapter number 1, nutrition in plants, chapter number 2, nutrition in animals, chapter number 3, fiber to fabric, and chapter number 4, heat. Out of those 4 chapters, we will ask you in the unit test. So start preparing for the unit test and best of luck for that. Now let's start with the third part of this chapter, that is nutrition in plants. In this chapter we have already learned the autotrophic mode of nutrition. The plants which can make the food by its own, they are known as autotrophs, and the mode of nutrition which they follow is known as autotrophic mode of nutrition. They do these things with the help of a photosynthesis process. As you all know that in the photosynthesis process, chlorophyll is there, and with the help of the chlorophyll, which is a green pigment, plants can make the food by its own. Now in the second video we have learned the other modes of nutrition, in which we have learned till insectivorous plants. In the beginning of this video we will start again the other modes of nutrition in plants, in which we will cover the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, in which we will learn about parasites, hosts, insectivorous plants, and saprophytic mode of nutrition. So let's start with the third part of this chapter, nutrition in plants. Other modes of nutrition. This first diagram is a diagram of parasites and hosts. This we have learned in the first two videos. The second diagram is a pitcher plant diagram. We have learned about pitcher plant in the second video. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic means the plants which do not have chlorophyll, so they cannot make the food by itself. They are known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In this type of nutrition process, they are dependent on other plants for the food. There are some plants which do not have chlorophyll. They cannot synthesize their food. So how do they get their nutrition? How they can survive? We know that without food, no organisms can survive. So how do they survive? They are dependent on other plants for the food like humans or other animals. We also cannot make our food. So we are also dependent on other for the food. We are dependent maybe on plants or animals. If we are vegetarian, then we are dependent on plants. If we are non-vegetarian, then we are dependent on animals. Likewise, these heterotrophic plants are also dependent on other plants for the food. This mode of nutrition is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In this, first is parasitic plants. Regarding this, we have learned in the second video. Let's do it one more time. Some of the parasites may harm the host plants. As we have learned that parasites always dependent on the other plants. Cuscuta umberweld is a plant parasite with no leaves and root. It derives its nutrition from the plant on which it climbs. This is known as host on which it climbs. Understand, students? Let's see one video for that. By this video, you can understood that how parasites can harm the host plants. They take everything from the host and by that way they grow by itself. Now on basis of this, let's complete the sentence. Cascata means Amarvel is an example of. You have to give the answer of this. It's an MCQ. Autotroph, parasite, saprotroph or host. Cascata is an example of what? As you all know, and we are doing it third time, the answer is parasite. To the insectivorous plants. Some plants are not be able to get nitrogen from the soil as they grow in nitrogen deficient soil. For the plants, they also need minerals and all type of substances from the soil. So if they do not get nitrogen, they cannot make the protein substance. As you all remember that in the photosynthesis process, carbohydrate is produced, C6H12O6. In that process, nitrogen is not needed. But some plants need nitrogen to make protein. But if the amount of nitrogen in the soil is very less, then they do not get the nitrogen from the soil. So for the nitrogen point of view, they are dependent on others. Those green plants which obtain their food partly from insects are called insectivorous plants. As it is written in the sentence, the green plants, it means these plants are green, but only for the nitrogen purpose they are dependent on insects. That's why this type of plants are known as insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants are also known as carnivorous plants. As you all know that those who are dependent on animals, they are known as carnivorous. So these plants are also dependent for the nitrogen, of course, on the insects. So they are known as carnivorous plants. Some common examples are, as we all know, pitcher plant, sundew, Venus flytrap, etc. Let's see one video for this insectivorous plants. I have downloaded this video from the YouTube. If you want to understand more regarding these insectivorous plants, so many videos are available, but this video which I have downloaded, I think this is very much related to this topic. Let's do it. વિડીયો અમે જોતે છે. હું મારું કામ કરું છું, તારું જવાબ આપી દે કહું છું. મેં વોટ્સએપ ઓપન કર્યું હોય તો જવાબ દેવો પડે ને.
તું કામ કરે છે, હું શું?
હા, the video was not so much clear, so let's move forward to the next. Let's answer the following question. The question is, name a plant which has both autotrophic as well as heterotrophic modes of nutrition. And we all know the answer, as we have discussed, is peach plant. Saprotrophic mode of nutrition. This is the another mode of nutrition, like heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Organisms without chlorophyll have different modes of nutrition, as we have discussed. Heterotrophic mode, and the another one is saprotrophic mode of nutrition. Example is fungi for this saprotrophic mode of nutrition. For the fungi, the mode of nutrition is absolutely different. Those non-green plants which obtain their food or nutrition from dead and decaying organic matter are called saprophytes. Some of the common fungi, such as mushrooms, bread mold, and yeast, are saprophytes. Certain bacteria are also saprophytes. They are called saprophytic How saprophytes obtain their food? As we have discussed that they are dependent on dead and decaying matter. The saprophytic plants such as fungi secrete digestive juices on the dead and decaying matter and convert it into a solution. They absorb the nutrients from the solution. This mode of nutrition, in which plants take in nutrients from dead and decaying matter, is called saprophytic nutrition or saprophytic mode of nutrition. And those who are dependent on this saprophytic mode of nutrition, they are known as saprotrophs. Now let's solve something. The question: what name is given to those organisms? A. Which can make their own food, and B. Which depend on other organisms for food. We all know the answers of these two questions. Answer of A is autotrophs and answer of B is heterotrophs. Let's solve. So for the interruption. So here we are completing this third part of this chapter. Very soon after completing this chapter, I'll send some notes to you. You will write those notes, question answers, and fill in the blanks, and exercise portion you will write in the classwork. How to write the classwork, that also I'll describe in the classroom, and you will write it and you will submit. Thank you very much.